Quit acting stupid. With
Bobby,
Sammy,
Rudy,
and
Andy.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I'm your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me as always are my brothers, Bobby, Rudy, and Andy. Say hello, boys.
What's up?
What's up, Rudy's booty here? He didn't jump out.
No, I
What's
didn't
the matter,
jump
brother?
out.
What's
You
the matter?
noticed. You noticed I didn't jump out.
You having a rough week?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
I've got nothing, man. No. I just hate everything.
dynamite
Man.
drop in money.
Hate everything and everyone. So
Cheers.
that's shocking.
Okay, well, good. Looks like we have a guest joining us. What is that? What's his name? Remy from Ratatouille?
Yeah, but you can just call him. You can just call him Little Chef.
Little Chef. Yeah. It's funny because when I see that, I think of Alicia watches on Netflix Chip and Potato, and Potato is a little mouse that sits in Chip's pocket, and so that's what makes me think of that. Anyway, would you like to give me the? Go ahead.
I was going to say, how is Little Chef staying on your shoulder?
Magic, Disney
You've
magic.
You've trained him well.
The magic of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
The magic of Disney.
Do you want to peek behind the curtain?
is he having a stroke? Because he looks like he's kind of cockeyed. He's a little.
El Chueco.
The magic of Disney. It's the magic of their stock price dwindling to where I'm losing all its worth.
Is that
Anyway,
Velcro? Sorry.
that's another.
It's a little.
story.
It's a little magnet. I got it under my shirt.
Wow.
So,
It's pretty cool.
but like, where would you wear that?
At Disneyland or at Disney World, and on a podcast. And
Right. I was thinking that like a podcast is the only place you would wear that. Because even at Disney World, what if it fell off? Like you're in a line. I've been there before. Like it's hustle and bustle. I mean,
I actually wore. I bought it on the last day we were there, and I wore it pretty much that whole day, except for when I would have to pick up Nathan because Nathan just wants to knock it right off.
right. Yeah.
So we've done the Price is Right thing here before. Why don't we do that with how much?
Ooh, how much that cost?
That's a good one.
Can I tell you this? I'll give you a clue. I mean,
Sure.
clue, but it was probably the cheapest souvenir we got.
Okay, but that doesn't. I mean, everything there is expensive. But
Yeah. I just wanted to.
okay. So, question:
right.
So that comes with this? You're buying a shirt and that together.
No, the shirt is not part of it. The shirt is separate. This comes with it. This has got the little magnet. That just goes under your shirt.
It's a high quality magnet there. I'm gonna go
Pretty much
with
it stays pretty secure.
So wait, real quick. When you saw that on the shelf, I'm picturing it with other stuffed animals. Did you know that was that's a wear it on my?
No, I didn't. Which is funny because all week I had seen people have things like this, but they were either Hey from Moana or Groot from Guardians, different ones. I didn't know this was one of those that people were just wearing on them. And I didn't know that there was a magnet. I didn't know any of that. I just saw little stuffed animal. And if you want the actual honest truth, and this will be a little test to see our listenership here, I actually got it in mind with Manny in mind to give it to him. I was thinking about giving him a little gift where he could maybe put it under his hat or something.
So I was gonna mention, like when I saw that, like I've actually been trying to watch Ratatouille recently. It's on my, I watch it when I go to bed. I put it on as I'm falling asleep.
Seen it?
No, I've seen it, but it's been years since like Macy and Manny were little, and ever since Manny got into the whole chef thing, I've been watching it. So, okay, so price.
So
Jamie,
back to the price. Yeah. What
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna set the bar at $24.
I'm gonna go with $16.50.
All right. I will say $21.99.
All right. Well, the
$1.
winner here, I will say, no one went over. Closest was Jamie, $24.99.
Boy, it's good.
Wait,
That boy is good.
What did you say, Jamie? 24. Just 24 even?
Man,
Wow.
I missed my calling.
That is an expensive rep.
$24.99.
Yeah,
So,
but to be
Andrew,
fair, I've already worn it. You know, I wore it that whole day. It brought me joy. My kids liked it. Like, it was fun to talk about. I had people right away, you know, like, hey, where'd you get that? You know, so it was like engaging. Like, I got my $25 worth. I'm fine.
that sounds like a nightmare. I don't want to engage with anyone.
I was going to say, yeah,
everybody to-
Jamie's
Dude.
probably the same way. They're probably trying to avoid conversation at all costs. And
Initially, I would think that would keep people away from me. Like, this guy's a nut job. I'm not going to go talk to the
But
guy.
everyone
Shoulder.
there has them, though, probably.
Yeah, Disney World is its own whole thing. Like, people in there don't seem to abide by the laws of reality and you know, have an idea of what they look like. It was just weird to see what people wear, to see what people, I don't know. It's its own thing.
so tell us, what were your impressions? You were at Disney last week with the family celebrating.
Yeah, I've never been. I've never
I-
been, so I'd love to hear all about it.
I've been to some of the parks, not with my family.
I got to tell you, I thought about Jamie a lot because I thought about how you just have to be okay with spending a certain amount of money to make your experience better. Sure, you could do it on a budget a little bit, but one of the things the two things I will tell people right away that you have to do, I think, are lightning lanes for rides, maybe for attractions, but more for shows, but definitely for the rides.
How much extra is that?
I don't remember off the top of my head. It's I think you get certain packages depending on how you do it. Like, you know, you can have so many per day, per hour. You can have like 3 reservations at a time, but then I think you can pay to have more or something.
Because so I can't remember the exact year that I went, but that was free. You just had to plan. You had to plan ahead of time. You would go to that place, and I want 4 tickets for this at 1:30. And then you get your fast pass, and then you go ride other stuff, and then come back, and then you go right to the front. So again, I don't know the package part of it because Kaylee booked it, but I do know that, like I said, you could only have 3 at a time because I knew once we did our first one and we scanned in and that one was done, we could now book another one later in the day. Like, so they kind of rolled a little bit. Like, and there were times when like the Buzz Lightyear ride that we were trying to get on, it was probably brand new when we went, and there were no more fast passes. You just got to wait in line. Like, there's just
right. So it's like every hour or every however they break it down, you get an hour. And I don't know how often the intervals are, but every interval there has so many reservations you can do. So if it fills up, you can't do it.
Right.
But you try to get on it and try to get the time. You have an hour to ride that ride. You just bam. You can only ride it once, but you just bam, get in, and it's so much of a shorter ride because it's only so many people that are allowed to do that at that time. But I can tell you, just it feels so good to just when you see people that have been waiting there for an hour, and they post all the wait times, which I don't trust those either. If you got to add another 10 to 15 minutes on whatever they have posted,
probably.
But you know, you go in there and it says 50 minutes, and I just boop and go up there, and I'm like second to next. You know, I'm like right away, and it's just because I couldn't imagine waiting in line for any ride. First off, the best ride you could think of, I couldn't wait for an hour for that in the heat.
And hold on, let me stop you there. Maybe you could wait, but your kids don't.
No.
Kids can't wait. Come on, man.
And it also just kills your day. Like, that's an hour plus that you have to devote to just waiting in line for one ride. That you have. Okay.
When we went to Disneyland as a family, I don't know how much you guys remember that. I think the whole time we were there, we rode the Indiana Jones ride, and that was it. That was it. Like one ride.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that? Okay.
I remember you and Bobby. I think you and Bobby went to go ride the Indiana Jones ride, and I waited with Mom and Dad at the electric parade.
Where was I?
I think you were with us, but I can't say that with any certainty.
Yeah.
I think you were waiting with me and Mom because you didn't ride rides.
Yeah, probably. No. He was probably with you because he didn't ride rides.
I still don't ride rides. They're stupid.
Dude, I gotta
But,
say, man, I thought I was long past rides, just like because I didn't think I could handle them anymore. The last time I went to Worlds of Fun and rode a roller coaster, like one of the big ones, I got like kind of nauseous. I was just like, I think I'm just too old. I don't know if, or and that was a while ago, and I wasn't even that old, but just me, I don't think I could do it. But we're there, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to do what I can. Some of them, you're right outside, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do this, man. I started feeling like Jim Brewer in Half Baked, when Dave Chappelle and Guillermo Diaz are like coughing after smoking, and then he's just like, "You sure I should do this, man?" Like that's what I always feel like when I hear screams on a roller coaster. Like, should I do this? But I was glad that Kaylee was there to kind of talk me into it. Because here's the other thing. So Vanessa would not ride anything, which we kind of expected. She started to do a little better last year at the state fair. She started riding some of the rides there with her cousins, everything. We thought maybe we could get her on some stuff. She rode one or two things, and she was so scared. Like slow moving things, even. But if it's inside and it's dark, like she's just grabbing onto us, and she doesn't want to ride anything. So, because we originally had it set up to do what they call rider swap, so you just wait in line all together. Then what would happen was Kaylee would get on with Vanessa. They would go. I would stay right there. And then when they come back, Vanessa can ride it again, and I just ride with her. And so we just swap. Like that way you have to wait in line twice, all that kind of stuff. But Vanessa would not ride anything. So we couldn't even really do that. The people there were just like, yeah, you just go. And then when she comes back, you go. So Kaylee and I never, the whole week, did not ride a single ride together. That wasn't one that all four of us were on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a bummer because like I'm on all these cool roller coasters, but next to random people that I don't know, which makes it even a little weirder, but it was good because Kaylee could ride something first and then tell me like, I don't know if you should do that one or like that was a lot of fun or whatever.
You guys could have ridden the People Mover in Tomorrowland.
I kind of wanted to ride that, but there was
always a 4-seater. It was a 4-seater, so all four of you could ride it, and it just literally it's a nice, cool ride above the top,
That's one of those ones where it's like, whatever. I kind of want to do that, but the line was always never worth it.
Is it long?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't even that long, but it's like for that, when we could go do
stuff.
I would spend all my time going from ride to ride, like, that line's too long. I'm gonna go over here. That one's too long. I would never ride anything.
Right. The amount of time you take to walk to all those places too. Like, you would never ride. That's why it's so valuable, worth your time and money to get the lightning lane, just so you have all that reserved and all that stuff to go. Because even at that, there was only one ride that I like loved. I actually rode it twice. I got back because there was one where Vanessa wasn't going to ride it, so Kaylee rode it, I rode it, and then I was like, well, shoot, we could take Vanessa's band and one of us can ride it again. That was the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, which was awesome. Maybe one of the best rides I've ever been on. Partly because it's Worlds of Fun. Do you know the spinning dragons? What they put in to replace the Orient Express? It kind of like the cars kind of rotate like that as it goes down. It's like that, but it's inside. It's in the dark. It's all space, and there's a fun through line to it. Terry Crews is in it, and talking to you, and all the Guardians are there talking to you. But
Terry Crews, he wasn't even part of the movies.
I know. Is he in the sequel? I don't know. He had a character name and everything, but he was in it. But
hey, tell Remy he's gonna have to kill.
Yeah, that didn't seem like it was worth the money.
I like it.
Failed.
Anyway, but no. So anyway, you get on this ride, and what was I gonna say? Oh, so every ride it plays a different song, like from the cool, awesome mix or whatever he has.
The soundtrack.
And apparently, I don't know about this because I didn't ride it enough times, but I think it's different based on what song you get. I think maybe because it has to time out to the song or something. I don't know. I wrote it twice, and I remember some things looked the exact same, so I don't know. But I got September the first time, which I heard online on Reddit. People had said this is where we found all our stuff out beforehand. But Reddit, they said that's the best one. So that's the one I got the first time. Kaylee got Conga by Gloria Estefan. And the second time I wrote it, I got Tears for Fears. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. So that's kind of fun that every time you get a different song. That was really cool.
Were those songs in the movie?
September was, I believe. I don't know about the other ones. I don't know, and I have to look at the whole list of what, because there's a bunch of other songs. I wrote the second time I was with a guy who said he'd been on it like 8 times and he'd gotten all the songs except for one of a Blondie song or something. So I don't know, it was pretty cool. But that was a great ride. The first thing that happens on it, because that's the other thing too. Like I'm so used to my narrow view of what roller coasters can be, but all the things there, maybe it's because there's only so much space on the property, so these rides have to kind of fit in a small little space. But like that ride, there's like a train, you're all behind each other, but then they kind of break off a little bit and they're doing their spinny thing. There's a lot of rides where different cars break off and go to like different screens so that you can see something in front of you, and then they kind of come back and put together and go to the next room. It was really intricate the way a lot of these rides moved. The Ratatouille ride was really fun. You're like in the kitchen, like at the rat level, and people are sweeping and the heat's on and you feel it all, like water comes at you. And like that was fun, but the car's got to move you to different screens, and it's really interesting. I don't know. I was fascinated by some of those rides because they were all kind of different, but they're also short too. So that going back to the waiting in line, like I remember I rode the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which is like just a small little roller coaster, goes kind of fast. It's probably been there since the early days.
No, they were building that. They were building that when I was there.
Okay.
Or maybe, you know what? Maybe it was there and they were just doing maintenance on it, but it was shut down the whole time I was there. And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
or whatever.
It feels old or feels kind of simple, so that's why I kind of thought it was old. But anyway, it was fun. It just kind of goes fast, but it's a little kiddie roller coaster. But I was walking out and somebody's like, was that worth 90 minutes? Like, I was like, no, it wasn't. It was over in 2, like.
So my question to you was going to be, what was your favorite ride? But it sounds like the Guardians of the Galaxy was it.
Yeah, the Guardians, and the other one was the Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios. So they have 2. That's where all the Star Wars stuff is. So we got to have drinks at the cantina. We took pictures next to the Millennium Falcon. All that kind of stuff is really cool.
You said you were going to do that. Yeah.
There's Star
I don't
Wars
like
world
you.
is fun. I don't like you either. One of the highlights of the trip I showed you guys before we started, but I didn't talk much about it, was building this thing because we built it.
You built it?
Yeah. So they have like a droid
like
depot.
$80.
Oh, more than that.
80.
That's what I said.
He said that.
Oh,
that's more than that.
okay.
Yeah. Not like it's expensive, but it was like a whole activity though, because what happens is you go in and there's just like a conveyor belt with parts, like you're like at the Jawas or something, there's just all these parts and you just have to grab them. They tell you what goes with whatever you're trying to build, and you just put them together so you can get make them different colors. I made mine pretty standard, obviously.
Standard R2 unit.
Right.
I would have made an R2D4.
It was like that was something I wanted to do, but I brought Vanessa along with me. And I think I mentioned this to Rudy at the end of our last recording after you guys had left, but we were trying to get the kids into some of these movies that they had never seen before so that they would at least recognize them. So like, we watch a lot of Ratatouille, but Star Wars too. Like, so I introduced Vanessa to Star Wars. She really took to it. Like, I thought it would be all way over her head or too scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a princess, it's got robots. It's, it's all pretty simple. She knew what it was. She gets R2D2 and BB-8 confused, unfortunately, but whatever. But she really loved it. Like, I have video of her, like, snapping the little pieces on, and they let her like use the screwdriver and stuff. And so that was one of her highlights of the trip. But that was a lot of fun. But anyway, so Rise of the Resistance was my second favorite, right? And the reason those 2 are my favorite, because those were the 2 biggest like productions. I was texting Kaylee because we were in a hurry. I was like, again, these lightning lanes. It's like, I got to ride this ride before 6 o'clock and then get off so that you can get on it. And then we got to go to our next thing. But I go on the Rise of the Resistance. It's a whole half-hour ride. It takes time to get in line, right? Like, but then like, okay, I don't want to spoil too much of it because like I said, it's a production, but you go in, you kind of load in, they show you like a little video. There's a hologram of Rey and there's a BB-8 that's like, boo, 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 and it's all like a story. Like, we're doing this, and they're filling you in on what's going to happen. Well, then you move into the next thing, and it's all just, you could tell it's all just logistical. Like, let's move the next group on to the next room and then whatever. But then you go to the next room and we're supposed to be like on a transport and we go up into space and it's, it's kind of moving a little bit and you see the screens. And then it's like, oh, in the storyline, we get captured by the Resistance. So then they open up like where you just came from, and now you're in like like an imperial ship with like an army of stormtroopers, and everybody that's there is dressed like the bad guys, the New Order, and they're all, it's really like it's a really, in-depth thing. Now we take you to the next room, and now you load into this car, whatever. But so it takes time. It's a lot of fun, but that one was again like a screen. You're in like a little box, and it's kind of moving you around, and it's moving you around like as you're fighting Kylo Ren. Like you move into this room, he's right there, and then somebody's talking to you, and then we move you to this room, and it was cool. I like that one.
It's funny.
It was a 30-minute ride or a 30-minute experience.
Yeah, I mean, the little bit of waiting, but then all those different rooms you go into, and by the time I got out, it was a half hour.
Wow.
As I'm sitting here listening to you describe this, I'm thinking of the Saturday Night Live skit where Kate McKinnon gets abducted by aliens with her friends, and they're telling a story, and she has a completely different recollection of it, because I was on that ride, and I thought to myself, like, okay, I hate rides. We all know it. I've never been on a roller coaster, but I'm like, this is a screen, and I'm in a box. I'm not really going anywhere. I'm like, yeah, I'll ride it. And this was with the whole family. So kids, everything. So we get on this thing, and everything you're describing, like, Darth Vader comes out and he starts talking to you. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now we're on a mission. And immediately, like, you're in a spaceship and it like lifts you up. And literally from that second, I thought, oh crap, like I'm going to puke. Like we were like 4 seconds in, like, he says the intro, like blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as I feel the spaceship take off, I was like, oh crap. And I'm like, maybe it's not so bad. So I'm taking deep breaths, and then we like take off, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna puke. And we're in this box with like 10 people maybe, and 4 of them are my family. So I'm literally looking on the floor, like, where am I going to puke at? Like, what's going to cause less? And I literally remember this. I looked on the floor to my right, and I saw the woman in front of me. Her purse was there. So I'm like, okay, don't puke there. I got to go over here when I puke. And so the whole time I'm like, eyes are just so close, so tight.
Yeah.
And then I'm like in a corner of my seat, just deep breaths, eyes closed the entire time after the first 10 seconds. And I make it through without puking, but I spend about 45 minutes when you exit the spaceship thing, like in that hallway. I didn't even make it outside. I just sat there because there was a trash can right there. And I sat there for about 45 minutes trying to gather myself. And the kids went on.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I couldn't. It was terrible. So not as good of an experience for me as it was for you. But
now
he remembers it quite different. He remembers it very differently.
Yeah.
This was Rise of the Resistance, right? Because the other Star Wars ride was Smuggler's Run.
That sounds cool.
Ours, I feel like I did Smuggler's. Well,
because that's the one. Smuggler's Run is the one that Kaylee did first and came out. She's like, I don't think you should do that one because she felt awful. She said it was very jerky. So maybe
that was the one. They may have updated them all, and the one that
Not with your bad head. You shouldn't throw anybody.
I feel like Smuggler's Run might have been it though.
I could buy that because I think the one that I was on was pretty smooth. It was, like you said, like a lot of screens, and it just kind of moves you around a little bit. The only time it was funny because just like you said, when it takes you up, like, and you're like, I'm not going anywhere. It's all just the screen and the way they tilt you or whatever. But when we went up, I was like, at some point, this is probably going to go back down or something. Because in the story, we're on the second level. So I was just like waiting the whole time for that. And when you just feel it, you're just like, oh, here it is. Because
I can't take that.
The Guardians ride, as much as I loved it, the first thing that happens is the only thing I didn't like, which is it lines you up and you go backwards. And I didn't like that. And that was one of those ones where it's like, oh, like I just felt everything like, oh, like just hold on and wait. And then when it started going, I was like,
there's a pretty
fucking great.
There's a pretty viral video when that ride opened. There was I don't know if it was Good Morning America or something. And this guy got on the ride and he lost his mind on live TV. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna try to find it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no,
hold on. I still want to hear more about your experience, but here we are almost 25 minutes in and I haven't heard about the food. Tell me about the food.
Yeah.
man. Another thing I was thinking a lot about, Jamie, because I had to unfortunately throw a lot of food away on the trip because we were, part of it was we were at a resort and we had like a plan there. So like there's a meal plan. So in the parks, like we got one free meal a day, like at a nice restaurant. So we would cash it in like at a nice restaurant, like so where you could get like an alcoholic drink, you could get dessert and multiple courses, all covered. And then you buy other things. And we also got snacks. Like you got so many snacks to use the whole day, like three per day on our wristbands or whatever. Wow. And so we were getting all this food, but we also didn't have a refrigerator in the room, or we had just a drink refrigerator. So it was very small. It wasn't all that cold. And I would do everything like normal. I'd just bring it all home. And like, I just have a bunch of fries piled up. I was like, I can't do this. And then the kids would get pretzels, but they wouldn't eat the cheese. And it's like a big old thing of cheese. I'm like, this looks good. But then by the time I get home back to the hotel, I'm like, this isn't good anymore. Like
coagulated. Yeah.
And it was just,
so you guys, did you guys have a meal plan? Like so much you could spend. So that's the way we were. And at the beginning, so we were there 5 days. And so at the beginning, we were very much, okay, we're going to share this bottled water. We're going to, and then the last day we had so much left to spend. We're grabbing get 2 cookies. We want 4 pops. It was insane. Like we oversaved at the beginning. I'm starving.
We paced ourselves pretty well, but we had the last day, we still had 3 left. So luckily, like the coffee, Kaylee always gets coffee. Those were snacks, quote unquote. And then I think we brought home 2, like, what were they? Some sort of pastry thing. So we brought home with us. Let's see this.
Oh, are you guys okay? Yeah,
yeah, I can see it.
I've forwarded a little bit, but let's see.
You keep coming back. I love it, So we're going to go ahead and have them kind of close the doors, and they're going to lift us up. There's going to be some
See, this is in California, though. This one's different.
Part of the whole experience, but as you can see, this is what they call the gantry lift.
And I think this is what I thought we were going to do, right?
But as you can see, the ride has already started. You hear the music that we've been talking about, too. So now the doors are closing. You okay there, Corey? It took your breath away.
It's like the
Okay, you guys get the point.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad you showed this because this clears it up because I thought that's what the ride we were going to be on was like because I remember seeing that. I think I remember seeing that exact same news thing.
That clip,
and I think in California, I think that ride is like the old like tower,
like
100 floors or whatever. So it's a lot of up and down. In Florida, they still have the Tower of Terror, and it's renamed something else. I think that's still there. So this is this is like a coaster that goes around. Yeah. But that's what I thought we were going to be on, and that's why I was like, I don't want to do that because the up and down.
Now I was able to hold my screams in, but that's like you could see him like lift out of the chair and like no, there's no point. I know I'm happy right here on the ground. I don't. That's
stupid. So one thing, and it was just announced this week, I think, at South by Southwest, but. When we were there, so they're about to get rid of the Muppet show that they have there. They have like a Muppet 3D. I love the Muppets, so I really wanted to go see it and everything. And it's about to close in like a month. So I was glad we got to see it before it closed. But
you sound like a gay.
They're gonna do away with the Muppet area there and make it Monstropolis from Monsters Inc.
Okay.
And so at South by Southwest, they unveiled like the first renderings of what the roller coaster is going to be for the Monsters Inc. And it's like it looks like you're in the the doors, how they like go along the track. It looks like that, like you're going to be hanging like with your legs out, and then you just like go like around, and then I don't know if it's going to like drop you down and pick you back up. That's the only thing that makes me nervous
probably
there.
will.
Yeah, that might make me sick, but it's a cool idea though. Anyway, so where was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the rides were good. I didn't do Smuggler's Run because Kaylee said that was she needed some time to recover from that one. So that was the only one she talked me out of. I wasn't gonna ride Tron because there's a Tron roller coaster, and you have to like kind of ride like a motorbike looking thing. Like that's how it straps you in.
Right.
You're secure on it, but that's how you're riding it, like that. And yeah, that was a lot of fun too.
So you guys were talking a little bit about the food when I was searching for that video.
Oh, food, right.
Yeah. So what dinner places did you go to?
So let's see. The first night we did dinner, like we weren't this wasn't in the park. This was at a resort. We did a couple meals at other resorts. We did like a buffet breakfast on Vanessa's birthday at the
Chef
Caribbean
Mickey's
one. No, it was like a Hawaiian breakfast because they had Lilo and Stitch were the characters there.
So that's what I was going to. One of our dinners was at the Hawaiian resort, and it was at Ohana, and they had like coconut races and crap. But that was where like they just come to your, maybe. But this was 10, 11 years ago, so possibly. But they just come to your table with like meat and just saw off meat on your plate, and I'm just yeah, I'll have and just as much as you want. Yep, I'll have more of that one, and yeah, it was.
We went to the Riviera Hotel, so it had more of there was like a French Italian, I don't know, but whatever the cuisine wise. But I got like filet mignon one night that was so good, just so like melt in your mouth good. We went to Cinderella's like the royal table for lunch one day. That's where like all the princesses were circling around. You sign your book and take pictures. But I had the catch of the day, which was a fish, Cordova. It was Cordova, but it was topped with crab. That was really, really good. Like I tried to. Well, whenever I'm in Florida, this is a tip for Miami. Like whenever I'm in Florida, or anytime anybody on the coast there, I like to get seafood.
Yeah, nope, gross. I will not do that, even when I'm in Miami. I'm gonna hit Checkers. That's what I'm looking forward to in Miami. So, or no, not Checkers. It's Rallies in Florida. So
yeah,
that's what I'm excited for.
Well, I hope you're ready for some paper straws because that's by far my least favorite thing about Florida. So maybe prepare for that. Bring your own straw.
Pop the lid off and drink out of the cup. Like what?
I mean, that's fine too. That's fine too. But they.
Yeah. Anyway, when I was there at Disney, my favorite ride was I'm slower paced. I'm more of a Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that one. I kind of wanted to do that just for.
In the Jungle Cruise.
We did the Jungle Cruise.
I got some good puns in there, baby. But,
man. And the dinner we did the second day we were in Magic Kingdom was at like the Skipper Canteen or whatever, which is just like an extension of the Jungle Cruise. It's just more puns on the food and but they were fun. They're funny.
So it looks like you guys all had identical matching shirts there.
On that day, yeah, that was the first day. The second day, I think we did coordinate one other day, but we kind of had like some things planned for that. Vanessa had like a birthday girl shirt. When I talked about how friendly people were and like engaging. On my birthday and on Vanessa's birthday, we got buttons that said happy birthday. So everybody knows it's your birthday. At least all the workers, they recognize it right away. And everyone just says happy birthday. So it's just like really nice and friendly. And also,
that.
I welcome that. It made me feel good, because it's also long, stressful days where Vanessa's not taking her nap. Everyone's off schedule.
Yeah. Cinder. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, not now, dude. Not now, Minnie.
Well, I will tell you that's actually scary accurate. But there were some meltdowns. We weren't free of that. But
yours are the kids.
The kids. Although I will say this, I like 2 days into the trip, I remember looking at Kaylee like after riding the plane, being at the pool at the hotel, the first day at the park. I'm like, I think our kids are really good, like compared to some of these other. Like it was. We saw some.
I've never been on a trip with the kids and have never not said at least one time, never again. Never again. That's just whether
I'll remember on our first day at Disney World, day one of our Florida trip, we started with Magic Kingdom, and Manny's mother tried to give him away to a family that was sitting next to us.
That's
I
understandable.
think I've heard this story.
Because he did not, again, I told you we were kind of keeping our food credits like close to the vet. Like we didn't want to spend a bunch. We're at day one, like morning, day one. And he didn't want to share a water bottle with me. He wanted his own water bottle. And he started bawling. And we're like, this is the happiest place on earth. And his mom finally said, you know what? Go with that family. They seem happy. Go with them. And I've got a picture of him just sitting by himself and just pouting. And it was great. It was great.
Andrew, did you try and give your kids away to any other families?
I didn't, although I think she tried to leave us for some other families at one point. She was making friends. Vanessa was making friends left and right. Like a lot of them too, because you know, she would be worried in lines for things. We would say, oh yeah, this is Vanessa, she's not so sure about the Seven Dwarfs ride. And then the other kids would be like, oh, it's fine. It's, you know, they would like the kids talk to each other like, oh, it's not scary at all. And all that. So I was like, oh. So she was having fun. She was playing tag with some kids that she met while we were waiting for dinner one night, you know, like, she had fun. But she, like I said, she had some meltdowns. And one of them was, you know, we brought, because of those wait times, because like when we're riding these rides and we got to wait, what are they going to be doing? We brought the iPads with us. And so at one point I gave her an iPad. It was kind of late and we were about to head out. And I was like, yeah, you just watch the iPad till we get to the bus or whatever. And on our way out, we saw like right there where we took that picture. We saw, this was at a different studio, but kind of that kind of thing. We were on our way out, like, let's take this really nice picture. Hey, Vanessa, we need the iPad away from you. And no, and just grabbing it and screaming it. And her new big thing is the Spider-Man cartoon on Disney, like Spider-Man and Friends.
That's one of Sonny's favorites. Yeah.
That's brand new. Like that just started on Monday, like on the trip. It was on TV, happened to be. And then now she just wants to watch it all the time. Well, that's what she was watching. We get to this woman. So my number 2 tip, by the way, Jamie, when you go, get the photo pass, because what happens is like all your pictures from like if you ride rides and they take a picture, or anytime you stop and the people that, you know, work there that take pictures, you just take all the pictures they want and they just scan it and they go right on your app on your phone and you just have them all. Like they're already prepaid and everything. You just have them. Like, so
what if you don't want any pictures?
You can delete them if you want. Well, yeah, prepay. That's what I mean. Like you want to pay like just like the lightning lane. Like it's worth paying for that extra ahead of time, because then you don't have to worry about it. You just get any picture you want. Anytime you see those people, yeah, take my picture, do this, bam, bam, bam. They take them all, scan them.
I don't want any of the pictures. I'll use my phone.
Do they have photographers then just around the park? Just and you just, you know, hey.
So you're saying I wouldn't have to pretend I don't speak English to get away from those people? I could just say, you know, go ahead, take my picture. I've already paid for it. Okay.
No, yeah, exactly. And they do. They have people kind of strategically at like really picturesque spots. Like where do people like, you know, picture it? So,
but anyway, you guys meet a bunch of characters. Did you have to like set that into your schedule? Like, oh, Sully is going to be at this spot at 12:45, so we got to get in line for that and get his autograph or whatever.
Absolutely. Let me get to that, but let me finish the other story real quick. But because we were pushing Vanessa out, she was throwing that fit about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
This worker who was going to take our picture in front of whatever, she's like, let me try. And it was one of those things where I was like, come on, if I can't,
good luck.
Dude, it's like magic. They work with those kids all day to get them to do whatever they want. But like, she's like, well, what are you watching? And that's Spider-Man. She's like, did you know I know Spider-Man? And she pulled out her phone and her
lies.
main. Well, her main thing was a picture of her like with whoever plays Spider-Man somewhere, like in costume or something. But it was like she had it right. Like it was just, what are the odds? But still, like she got Vanessa's smile and to talk back to her and everything. Just like, yeah, it was. I don't know.
It is the Magic Kingdom, so
that was Hollywood Studios.
So, okay, I have a question.
Wait, real quick. Hollywood Studios. Did you see the Indiana Jones stunt show?
No, I didn't. I kind of wanted to.
Go ahead, Jamie.
No, I was just going to get your guys' top 3 Disney characters from movies
of all time.
Yeah,
I think Aladdin is one of my 3.
Aladdin? Not even the best one in the movie.
Probably not. So this goes back to like in college, you know, because I had like a lot of Disney friends who we were talking about this sometimes, where it's like growing up, the one that you identify with the most is like your favorite. So like I always liked Aladdin. I always liked this idea of like I didn't think I was good enough, but let me pretend to be
About
a
lying to
prince, and it'd be
chicks.
great to have a fun genie and all that stuff. But then like I know girls who were very
Who all's Frozen?
okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm back. I'm back.
There we go. All right.
So he likes lying to chicks, basically, to try to.
No. I knew girls who grew up like really liked Ariel because they, you know, whatever their voice, or they had insecurities about, I don't know, whatever. But it was like this kind of thing of like, who do you identify with? Who do you see yourself as a little bit? It's probably your favorites.
I've got
Mike Wazowski. Mike Wazowski with the bullet, number one. And Timon would be from Lion King. And there's one that when you were talking, when I was thinking of the question that I thought of, I'll have to come back. You go.
I probably have it. My number one is Mushu.
I knew you were saying Mushu.
From Mulan, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he's up
Number two, I gotta go with dude. Olaf was pretty solid when he first came out. When I first saw him, I'm a big Olaf fan. And three would either be it'd have to be probably Miguel. Probably Miguel.
I was gonna say Miguel.
Or
that's the only one I could think of was Miguel.
De La Cruz. Even though he was the bad guy, he was the villain.
What about Hector?
No, I don't like Hector. He got played by De La Cruz.
Chorizo?
Who are you going to say, Jamie?
Who are you? What is the meaning of this? My favorite line.
So those are my three.
Okay. Now, but Mike Wazowski is just the best character of any Disney movie ever.
It's pretty good. I'd like to go. I think I'd probably go Aladdin, Miguel, and I don't know. Maybe Timon.
Timon's pretty good.
Yeah.
Mushu, guys. Mushu is so
I know
underrated.
Mushu's up there too. Oh, Genie. Genie too. I know I said Aladdin, but
of course. The Genie.
Miguel's the only one I can think of. I don't know. I haven't put too much thought into this.
Come on.
So this kind of bring these two questions together, because going back to your meeting characters, yeah, we did have to go back and forth, and it took me a couple days into the trip to realize that was part of it, because Kaylee would look up on the app oh, so and so's over here, and I didn't realize oh, it's all scheduled out and we could figure this out. I was looking at what rides we were gonna ride, but all the character stuff wasn't in that little itinerary I had, so I was forgetting about that. So we missed a few of them. It's funny too, because Vanessa likes the most random ones that aren't really that popular. So the characters, if you asked her who does she have to meet, she needed to meet Raya from Raya and the Last Dragon, which we found out we had to ask. We had to ask somebody, and everyone will tell you, but if you ask. But we said, where can we see Raya? Here, there's only one place you could see Raya. It's at 4:00 in the parade that they do. She's on top, but she's nowhere else in the park, in any of the parks ever.
Is Ice Age Disney?
No.
No.
What is that?
DreamWorks,
I believe.
Okay.
I think so. But and then Pocahontas. She loves Pocahontas, but the only place you can see her is at the Animal Kingdom, and we missed her. We missed Animal Kingdom was the one where we missed the characters. We were supposed to go see Pocahontas, Russell and Doug and Kevin from Up. The little boy and the dog and the bird, because she likes.
You should have took a picture with the little guy, the Cub Scout guy.
Yes.
Yeah, Russell. That's what we were trying to. I wanted to. But we missed him. But yeah, we tried to see who we could. We couldn't. The Toy Story characters, those were the longest lines I've ever seen.
Oh,
yeah, when you're talking about top characters, those were the ones that came to my mind. I was like, well, Woody, or Buzz, or
Woody, Buzz, and Jesse.
Potato Head's probably he's top three.
Okay, now what movies? What movies are the best? We're big Tangled fans here.
I like Tangled. I do like Tangled.
But Toy Story, obviously.
Coco, Toy Story. Toy Story, and
I really like a new one that I really like is Turning Red.
Never seen it.
That was during COVID. Yeah. Now, when Frozen first came out, we took the whole family. Macy was little. We went all saw it at the movie theater, and it blew my mind. I thought this is the greatest movie I've ever seen.
Which movie is this?
Frozen.
Oh,
the original Frozen.
I just thought of another character, Lightning McQueen. That was Disney Pixar, right? So that's
yeah.
So Lightning McQueen. So because I'm Speed, because I was fast.
And I'll always like the movie Onward.
I haven't seen that one.
What's that?
That's weird. It's it's a Disney Pixar movie. It came out during COVID, and that's why, because it was COVID. It was me and Macy in mom and dad's basement, and we watched it over and over and over. And it's got Chris Pratt and who's it? Tom Holland are the two stars of it.
Yeah, I know Chris Pratt.
Yeah, and so we must have watched that 30 times during COVID.
I gotta say, hey, what about the Encanto? I know I'm on my own island with thinking that's better than Coco, but
it's not better than Coco.
Good.
It's not better than Coco, but it's very good. It is very good.
It's good.
We got to meet Mirabelle, which is interesting because when you think about it, like, okay, so
Jamie's so jealous.
We were thinking about all the people who was there, who's not here, because obviously Raya you couldn't find, but Raya's kind of new.
Maybe so Raya had PTO that day.
So it's like I could understand maybe the newer characters, but Mirabelle had her own thing, and you could kind of see it. It was kind of like they had like all the pictures of the kids next to their doors, and like they had like a nice little decoration area.
I'd rather meet Bruno than Mirabelle.
So Bruno was in that parade as well. So here's the funny thing: we sat down to see that parade at the 4 o'clock one, so we could see Raya. We noticed that this is where all the minority characters are, because Miguel is nowhere else. Bruno was nowhere else. Pocahontas was on the flight.
It was off to the side. And they went right by the dumpsters. And I know.
The Tres Caballeros were there. They were all these,
That's kind of
suspicious.
Trash.
A little sus, but
very, very sus, if you ask me.
So hold on. We were asking for it. Where we were asking for it when you were down there. I don't know if we ever got it. So flashback to back when we were younger, you referenced that Disney trip when we went to Disneyland, and back in that day, we were so mad, Jamie, Rudy, and me, because mom and dad let you get that Donald Duck hat, and they never used to let us buy stuff when we went to amusement parks. So we were jealous and mad both. So we were encouraging you to find another Donald Duck hat, and I was wondering, did you ever get a picture with a new Donald Duck hat?
I think he's looking for it right now. Oh.
Hey! Nice.
Yes.
Now that one doesn't have the floppy ears. It doesn't. Oh.
No, they've really changed the style. I think I took a picture earlier in the week to show you guys.
I'm thinking
it's more
Goofy
of a mesh.
Yeah, Goofy. Donald doesn't have floppy
Goofy.
ears.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Donald had the bill and then the tail on his hat.
So I was doing kind of a series of me trying on different hats.
Look at that.
And Vanessa got in on it a little bit too.
I love it.
Man, you're going to have lice now.
Yeah.
There were some, one of those big things is too, they sell all these Mickey Mouse ears, but they're different styles.
Macy got a Mexico one, or Parker got a Mexico one.
Look at that.
Here are the concha ones.
I love it.
Oh, those are awesome. Did you get one?
No, and Kaylee's kicking herself for not getting those. She was shopping for all this stuff in the Mexico store at Epcot while I was writing the Guardians thing. So I didn't see what all she bought, but she said she was really kicking herself for that. This is kind of
Parker
cool.
got her ears at Epcot, and it was they just had a Mexican flag on them on the ears or whatever, and the Minnie Mouse ears. So those are sweet.
Tres Caballeros, the Mickey Mouse. Look at Nathan's face. But no, let me see. These are just all of our pictures. This is what I mean. Like, we just were able to get all these photos. They just uploaded right to our account.
They took. So
I'll stop sharing until I find what I'm looking for.
Pictures that you're taking get uploaded to this thing too.
No. Well, actually, in this instance, yes, because what I'm sharing is our Google Photos. So the photos we took from our phones are also on here. But as far as that photo pass thing, it's just the ones that they take there. But you can just download them all like immediately. Like, yeah. What I'm trying to find
It's
here.
nice. It's like you having your own private photographer. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay. So here's something. I didn't get the proper picture, but it was another hat right where I bought the Remy, the little chef. They had this cool chef's hat that, which, it's kind of just dumb, but whatever. But there's a button on the side, and I didn't get pictures of this, but there's a button on the side where it does different little modes. There's like a silhouette where you can see the mouse inside of it. And then if you hit it again, like an actual mouse like pops up the top of it, like pops, like the top of the hat opens up, and then the mouse like sticks his head out.
Huh.
It was really cool. I kind of wanted that, but
that was like $45 probably.
Probably. I didn't even look at the price on that one.
I would have bought that. You're not going to find that anywhere else.
Yeah, you're not going to find that anywhere else. But that, at least like the little chef, like here, I already brought it out and I got to use it again. I don't know that I would have ever worn that hat again.
I would have worn it to work.
So, let me ask, because I'm sitting here thinking, I don't think I've ever seen the Tres Caballeros. Have you? Did you see that before you left?
No, I did not see that one.
Okay.
And so they have like a ride or some sort of like attraction that's the Tres Caballeros, but it was closed while we were there for refurbishing. So we got to go back.
All right, folks, park's closed. Moose out front, should have told you. So are all three of the Tres Caballeros, are those ducks or members of the Donald Duck family? Who are they?
There's a parrot. It's a parrot, a duck. I've got a shirt from when I went to Disney World. There's a parrot. There's Donald Duck. Donald Duck's the only one you know. The other two you don't know.
These are the hats we saw, and we were like, "Come on, know what we got to have? We got to have a picture of you and an updated Donald Duck hat." So thank you for
don't be teasing us.
No, man. Like I knew there was going to be some karma from throwing that fit when I was little, because Vanessa threw a couple fits that when we couldn't buy or something. But here's the thing, I knew that was going to happen, and we went in like we had money. Like I was like, I'm gonna work. I don't want to say. I don't want to say no.
Donald Trump.
Well, so two things. One, this is another tip for you, Jamie. The months leading up to it, we went to Target and bought gift cards, bought Disney gift cards, and we go to Target. We'd fill it up, $50. But if you use, I don't know if you're a Target rewards member, if you have like that Target circle or whatever.
Of course.
You buy it and you get $5 back. So you're getting a $50 gift card for $45. We did a couple of those over like a couple months leading up to the trip.
We're boycotting Target right now. I don't know if you guys know that.
I was gonna say, they're not my friend.
Side note off of all this. Yeah. I know we're boycotting Target. And I had to go to the bathroom really bad today, like really bad. And the only place was Target. And I'm like, wait, we're supposed to be boycotting Target, but I'm like, wait, this is like the best. Like, not only am I not purchasing, I'm going to leave. Never mind.
You're literally shitting on them. So yes.
Yes.
Except, it's somebody probably, that we can relate to that has to, go in there and clean the bathrooms now. So, yeah.
I'm looking on Disney Plus right now to see if Three Caballeros is on.
But to finish up what I was saying, though, was that Vanessa, though, there were times where we had to tell her, like, we can't buy this, because she just would pick the biggest things. Like, it's like, I would get this for you. I don't mind, but we cannot take this back home. Like, it's huge. Like, it won't fit in our bags. And she wouldn't accept, we can find this online and just buy it and have it shipped to our house. You can find it on resale sites for half price too. But no, it had to be right then and there. So we had to pull her out screaming, even though it's like, do you want this? I'll give you this. I'll get you this. Like, whatever, this is fine. How about this?
We can pack anything we can pack.
Yeah.
It is funny. We took the kids when I went with the kids to New York a couple years ago. We did a lot of shopping, all over New York, buying souvenirs and this and that. And, didn't even consider, like, how are we going to get all this back home? Like, we were jamming stuff into suitcases, and it was terrible. Like, we didn't think about it until like 3 days in, and we're like, oh crap, we've got to stop buying things. Like, we can't.
Yeah, sometimes you got to buy a whole nother suitcase just to get the stuff.
Yeah, insane.
But Southwest announced today that they're charging for checked bags. We
exactly
checked all of our bags on the way back because we just had so much. Lucky Southwest, to get that trip in.
You used to be my favorite. You were quickly, Yeah.
I
Now
saw something about them on Twitter. Is that what they're talking about? Like you got to pay for check?
They used to be able to check bags for free, and now they're becoming like every other airline, and they're going to charge you for.
I've never checked a bag ever in my life, ever.
I mean, if you can, like Southwest, when it was free and you just check a bag, it's so much easier. Well, I shouldn't say that because it's easy. It's easier probably to have your bag with you, but it's easier not to have to hassle getting something in the overhead. You just whatever.
It depends on how long you're gone too. If you're only gone 2 or 3 days, I mean, you can get away with throwing stuff in a bag that'll fit up above the thing. But if you're going to be gone, like when Anita and I studied in Mexico, we took a bunch of clothes with us, so we had these big giant army bags almost, and we had to put those on the plane, and so you're not going to be able to fit that in something an overhead bin.
Yeah.
I got a question for you too, real quick, just before I forget, because this came up just in my head. I knew we were going to talk a lot about the Disney trip, but I didn't want to make it all about me and all about but I got a question to pose to you guys because I had to use the bathroom several times there, and just the men's room protocol. Can we all agree that there's an unspoken rule that like you kind of leave a space in between? That's urinals.
There used to be a thing where it showed exactly where you go. You're on the far ends, and then if there's more than one, it shows you exactly where you go. And
okay, this is my question.
You got to be at least one urinal's length away from the next man.
So that's my question, because, and I don't, this is not about homophobia or anything. It's just because I also don't like using the little one, like for the kids. Like,
I love
that. I love that one.
Oh, see, okay, so maybe this question is not good for you guys, because to me, I don't like using that.
I don't like that one either.
I feel like I used to, maybe I've grown up and matured, but I feel like I used to like get splashback on me.
Yes, that's exactly the reason. Because it's so low to the ground. When you're hitting it, it's going to bounce out and it's going to land on your feet, on your shoes.
That's
and
why. That's why I use that one, because when I'm using the regular size one, I'm too short, so the splashback is hitting my hands and stuff. And which I guess you could wash your hand. You're going to wash your hands anyway, but no, I use the little one because it's way down there.
So you're not regular size Rudy from Bob's Burgers?
No,
I always like the name regular size Rudy.
I feel like there's a story here. So tell us about your experience.
No, there were several times where it was like, okay, the question becomes, do I leave the one space, the buffer, but it means I have to use that little one?
Nah.
Or I don't like the little one. Sometimes we'll go shoulder to shoulder,
No.
Otherwise, you become a meat gazer. You get to go to a meat gazer.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're curious,
it's almost like telling the guy next to you, "Hey, how's it going?" It's like no.
What do you work
over there?
Yeah, out here today.
Water's cold.
No, but I just that happened several times.
I would rather use this. I would rather use a stall than use the little one down on the ground where it's all going to just hit the.
We got in a discussion about because I still use the handicap stall, and
I get it.
And apparently, I shouldn't be.
Wait, are you using that first? Like if both are open?
Yeah. Do you treat the handicap stall as like you would a handicap parking space?
No, and here's why. If I go, let's say there's 3 stalls, one is handicap. If the 2 regulars are trash, and I would never. No, I'm going to go to the clean.
What if they're all the same?
If they're all the same, then I leave the handicap stall.
I want more room. More room.
I'm like Jamie. I'm a little selfish. I want the bigger, more luxurious stall.
No, because the second I do that, somebody comes in that needs it in a wheelchair.
What's the likelihood? What's the likelihood of that happening?
So I use the handicap stall if I can, because I like the more room, especially now if I have the kids with me, especially like if I take Vanessa into a men's room. What's nice about those is they usually have the sink, everything's in there, so it's just like we just have to come in here and then we're out. But I like the extra room for myself, but I feel like the difference is when you park your car and you leave it and somebody comes, you're not there to do anything. Like I'm sitting right here, someone comes in and I hear the rascal and I hear the knock and I excuse me, whatever, if something happened, like I know there's pressure, somebody's waiting for me, I'll hurry it up, let's go. Like I know that I'm in the wrong here, let me just finish quick.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference in that you're leaving your car there for at least an hour or more. With the stall, you're like, hey, let me just do my business in this more serious.
So what did Kaylee think about all the men that were in the women's bathroom? since it's Disney. That yeah. No.
Yeah.
All right, I won't go there.
Not non-issue.
I didn't ask.
Really? Because you would think that it's just crawling with. And anyway,
No, the way the
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Anyway,
So I don't know what that was all. I am confused. I got lost, but that's all right.
men, women's bathrooms. No, not you've never heard of that being an issue. Anyway, all right.
Okay, so
did you find the hidden Mickeys? No, we can stop with Disney. We can stop with Disney.
No, because I got something else I'll transition to, but I want to use the Disney thing to transition to it.
Sure. I'm trying to find two little like videos I want to share. But
is it about mice transitioning? Or no? What?
Transgenic.
No? Oh, sorry.
Transgenic.
I think you're wrong. I think it's transgender, but
I know.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Go ahead and
transition.
Go for it, Bob. Yeah, transition.
Go for it.
None unless did you have some photos you were going to show?
Well, I'm still finding them.
So I was going to mention that. I mentioned already. Tres Caballeros, the three Caballeros.
It is on Disney Plus, by the way. You can watch
it. 3.
Is it really?
Thanks for translating, brother.
You did translate. It's on Disney Plus, and there's also a second movie called The Legend of the Tres Caballeros.
Cuatro.
Okay, so then you got a shirt that says you want to. I know you're typically your thing at the end of the show, but stand up real quick and just show the shirt. So it's got the picture, and it says "Dale, dale, dale." Okay, this is where I'm going to transition. All right, you can sit back down now.
Does Donald look drunk in that T-shirt though? He looks drunk on that T-shirt, right?
I mean, he's hitting a piñata.
So
I don't know if you see that, but whatever.
So all the time I took Spanish, and I didn't realize that "dale, dale, dale" translates to. Do you guys know?
No, I know "pate, pate, chocolate," but
no, "dale, dale, dale" translates to "hit it, hit it, hit it," which obviously that's he's hitting the piñata there. Did you guys know there's a song that goes with hitting a piñata?
Did not know that.
Did you guys know that?
No, I did not. No.
The song is sung while breaking a piñata is "Dale, dale, dale, no pierdas el tino, porque si lo pierdes, pierdes el camino." And this translates to hit it, hit it, hit it. Do not lose focus. If you lose it, you lose your way. So it says, and this is what's blowing my mind. I didn't know if you guys knew this. Sounds like you didn't. The song is sung while hitting the piñata, and the length of the turn is the time it takes to sing the whole song.
There's rules to this thing?
Yeah. Well, there's a song. Now we got to find them. Well, I think I found the music, but I mean, the next time we have
doing it all wrong.
The song is sung while hitting the piñata, and the length of the turn is the time it takes to sing the whole song.
Damn!
The song
this is not now. This is bowling. There are rules. Hey.
Ya le diste uno, ya le diste dos, ya le diste tres, y un tiempo se acabó. Which means now you. That's throwing me off.
Okay. Wow.
So
50 years old, and I just now find out that there's actually a song that goes with hitting the piñata.
Whose birthday is next? Is Alicia having a piñata?
Yes.
Why, yes, she is.
I'm 50 years old.
We're playing it, and we got to hook up to your Bluetooth, and we're playing the damn song. It's it says ya le diste uno, ya le diste uno, ya le diste dos, ya le diste tres, y un tiempo se acabó. Which means now you've hit it once, now you've hit it twice, now you've hit it 3 times, and your time is up.
Spotify has a Blues Clues version of it.
Wow. How am I 50 years old and just now finding out there's a song that goes with hitting the piñata? We're going to have to ask mom and dad if they knew this and never shared it. Yeah, so I saw your shirt and it said "Dale, dale, dale." I start Googling and hit it. So I guess for Alicia's party, we'll have to play the music.
Also, you scheduled Alicia's party while I'm at work, so me and Macy won't be there.
What an unfortunate coincidence.
Well, now you're missing Macy too because Macy won't be there. So,
oh, is this Miguel?
It is.
Mr. Incredible is awful flexible for having all that muscle.
I gotta say, we've completely looked over The Incredibles as one of the best.
Hello, Miss Lady.
Wow.
That's a very, very good movie as well.
And you know what? Vanessa's actually more into The Incredibles 2. I don't know what it is with her sequels. She loves
the sequel.
Oh, really? It's very good. It was in theaters not too long ago. It was good.
Yeah, I have that on. I got a steel case, Blu-ray, 4K.
So what was cool was we did kind of luck into seeing a few characters that we didn't plan on, and the Incredible, Mrs. Incredible, and Frozone, and Edna, and Edna.
Mrs. Incredible's thick, boy.
She's a smoke show. So going along that line, your Mount Rushmore of smoke shows in the Disney.
Ooh.
Well, Elastigirl.
I like again going back to the Aladdin movie. I like Jasmine quite a bit.
Jasmine's up there. She's fine. She's fine.
Any wool is fine as yourself. I think go back and look at it. Lilo's sister is smoking.
Never watched that. I don't know.
Right. I thought you were gonna say Lilo. I was very concerned.
Guys, I love women.
You know, Lilo's sister was voiced by Tia Carrere.
Ooh, big fan from Wayne's World fame.
So speaking of Lilo and Stitch, by the way, because that was another one. Had never seen it like 2 months ago, and then we got really into it here at the house. But we were introducing it. I think Stitch might be the most popular
Good
character
looking?
there. No, might be the most popular character. Like as far as how many people were wearing the shirts, how long the line was to meet him, to get.
Well, they've got the new movie. They've got the new movie coming out too.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks.
Here goes. Hold on, let me see. Here goes Lilo's sister.
Oh, you gonna show us?
I'm trying to. Hold on.
Fully
share
clothed,
screen.
right? Yeah, because I don't want to get in trouble.
No, it's just the image. See that? I don't know how to make this one. Hold on.
Right click and make a separate tab. Open
She
it.
kind of thick.
Hey, we get the point here.
She kind of thick, my guy. Sorry.
Around bucket naked.
Yeah.
All right, I'll play you a quick video. I thought I had it on my computer, but I don't, so I'm just going to show you on my phone. But at Epcot, when we were walking by the Mexico area, just suddenly there were some. I don't think they were mariachis. Well, maybe they were, but they were playing Mexican music, and Nathan ran over there to watch them.
Yeah.
He was just staring at him.
Love it.
You've rocked his world. His life has changed. I can see him with the accordion.
We actually do have an accordion here, like kind of a toy one, but it makes noise. But so that song was still playing. We got in line to meet Anna and Elsa, I think, nearby, but he could hear the song end. And when the song ended, everybody clapped. I was holding him, and he just goes, "I like that song."
Nice.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Nice.
And then the last thing I want to show you guys, because this was one of the last night we were there at Epcot. We did a hibachi dinner in the Japan area, and so the kids had never seen chopsticks before, and so their take on it. Let's see here, a little different, but I'll show you.
Stab the food with the chopstick.
No, I think they're going to be maybe musicians.
Drummers.
Clearly, that was at the end of the day, judging by their hairdos.
I don't know, but she is going to town.
That boy is good.
And then
I don't know, but our Asian American fan base is very appalled by that video.
let me and then
you.
So the other part of that was that, you know, have you guys ever gone to a hibachi restaurant or, you know, where had them cook the food right there?
Yeah.
Let me. Oh man,
I've never felt the pressure of having to catch anything though.
Oh, I think I have one time, but not here.
You never like cocked your head back with your mouth open and had them?
Oh, I have, but not at a hibachi grill.
Oh, okay.
I'm very aroused.
Okay, I think I got it. So I think Vanessa.
You just make a joke, Bobby.
I did. I just made a joke.
She might have found her calling or her what she wants to do.
A mime?
Conductor, like Steve Smith.
Okay. Whoa!
It looked like she was gonna do that Disney Channel thing, you know, when the kids get and make the Disney Channel.
Oh yeah,
the ears. That's old school.
So maybe there's a better video, but basically she was doing like with the knives, like the guy, because the guy was doing all the and like throwing him up in the air and catching it behind his back, and so then she started doing all that. So, but yeah, so I've already talked the whole hour plus about my trip, shared pictures, but I mean it was a good time.
No, that's. I'm glad you did. I mean, we came into this not knowing what we were going to talk about. We figured we'd talk about your trip, and so that was the reason we didn't. That and another reason, but I mean, that was the primary reason we didn't record last week.
Yeah,
so I'm glad to hear about your trip.
Yeah, and I wanted to hit the big things. I'm sure there's like little funnier things that I'll remember too, because they were just. It's a great place to people watch too. Like,
yeah, you look a little bit darker too in the face.
Oh yeah, I got burnt pretty bad on my forehead here, which I mean it's. Considering it's not as bad as some other people, you know, but I got kind of lulled into a false sense of security early because it was kind of cloudy the first couple days and whatever. And we did Animal Kingdom, which is like a big zoo, and I'm like, that's fine, but there was a lot of shade. So really where this came in, I think, was Friday at the Magic Kingdom. I was just frying. Ugh,
no rules in the Animal Kingdom. Well, next week, Bobby and I will be in Miami. So maybe the following week we'll come back looking a little dark.
That's going to be kind of hard for me.
Why is that?
Because I'm already dark.
You cover yourself up.
Yeah, I try to stay out of the sun. You guys are trying to get in the sun. I'm trying to get out of the sun.
I let it burn me. But anywho.
And let's not get the impression that we're going together either. We just happen. This is what's amazing is you and I separately, without talking to one another, ended up being on the same flight to Miami next week.
Yeah.
Spring break.
Yeah.
That's
so if it goes down,
half the show's gone. It's up to you and Andy to keep it going.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? This is my first of 2 trips to Miami. I'm going to Miami again in April with Parker. So
what's it like to be rich?
I'm getting used to it. It's
kind of nice, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Well, hopefully you guys don't have any issues on your plane. Ours wasn't too bad. But we left about an hour late when we left on Monday because they had to take somebody off the flight. Somebody was sick, so they were like in the bathroom already, like vomiting. I don't really know. I just know, it was taking a long time, and we were waiting anyway for the plane to get more oil or something. That's what the pilot said. So they were waiting for paperwork, blah blah blah. But in this meantime. Somebody comes on, they're like, we're going to have to take you, you're going to have to come with us. We'll get you on a later flight, blah, blah, blah. And so it was this woman, the woman was the sick one. And then the man that was with her, whether it was her son or husband, I don't know, because he looked younger, but they had to get him up too. I think he might've been asleep. They had to like wake him up, get him off. And then a couple minutes later, we're all kind of just kind of like, there's a little murmur, like, that was weird. Like 10, 15 minutes later, we're still sitting there. He comes back on the plane. He lost his passport on the plane, like while he was sitting there. So now we got everybody's got to look.
What kind of clown show is this?
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
If you ask a pilot or whatever, what's the problem, Captain? And he says, the plane needs oil.
Oil.
That just doesn't sound
doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. Doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence. I'll tell you.
I'll tell you, I didn't have a lot of confidence in the guy coming back, the pilot coming back, because he definitely referred to it as the Gulf of America. We're gonna be coming along the Gulf of America, moving on up north to.
That's where you're who this man.
That's where I say, let me off this plane right now.
I don't even know what I would do. I think I would cause a ruckus.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you what I did. I just sat there.
Could you describe the ruckus?
Get me home. I'm tired.
He said, yeah, just keep flying the plane, buddy. I pay your salary.
Just keep this thing in the air.
I hate this. I hate this place.
Gross.
Good.
Well, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing those stories with us.
Absolutely. Did you guys? My favorite thing I saw today, and I shared it with you guys, the MLB hats. Did you guys see the new? I didn't see all of them, but apparently
I prepped.
Yeah. Apparently, the idea is. Did you have any other ones besides the one we were going to show?
Yes.
The main one?
There's actually two that are bad.
Oh, is there? Okay. So, Jamie, did you hear about this?
I mean, I thought they were ugly hats to begin with, but
all right. First off,
yeah, I saw that too.
Which one?
The anal.
That wasn't even one of the ones I was thinking of. It's the ash hose.
Ash hose.
And then the Texas Rangers one is the one that's been
the
pulled.
best one.
Titas.
I've got to get that hat.
In Spanish, titas is boobs. So that, and then the ash hose, and then the anals.
It's assholes. Assholes.
Ash hose.
Anyway.
Ass hose. It's ass hose.
As hose.
And titas.
Jesus. You know I don't speak Spanish. I can't find it.
Who doesn't don't they run this by like quality control? Don't they? Yeah, I mean, who thought?
Well, I mean, this is the same league that had uniforms last year where you could see the tucked in underneath, and you could see like the underwear and stuff. Like it was all like very light and thin, and the numbers looked really small. Or the letters were all small. Like it's like, did they not even test run these?
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
That was for like 5 minutes ago when we said tetas, but yeah, I want to get one of those hats. I would love to get one.
I think they've stopped selling them, so I don't know.
I know they'll be on the black market somewhere for $90 or something stupid, but yeah,
they'll be in third world countries, right? Yeah. Just with all the Chiefs repeat merch,
right?
Chiefs Super Bowl champions, yeah.
I'm trying to think of. Go ahead.
In the spirit of drops we should have played a while ago, this was when I finished my Disney story. I wanted to do this.
Ay, muchacho. Huh? I asked for a shoe shine, not your life story.
I asked for a shoe shine.
We say that a lot around here.
Not your life story. God, Mexicans are the best.
I know, right? We are. We really are.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Before you know it, it's going to be Cinco de Mayo. We're going to have to figure out what we're doing.
What do we do? We don't. What do you mean?
Well, we should start a tradition. We should do something.
We should, yes. Yeah. Do you ever go to the Rudy's tent party? That thing gets
but see, that's the problem is Cinco de Mayo is usually on a weekday, and I live in Lenexa, so I go to the one out here. You guys go to the one in Westport. But even before then, it's April, and we got to decide whether or not we're going to Fiesta in San Antonio.
I'm going. I already got my hotel. I'm trying to will it to happen. I found some really cheap flights, like $250 round trip. Like,
I think I'm gonna have to not be on that trip. Because, like I said, I've got Miami twice, and in the middle of my 2 Miami trips, I'm going to Des Moines, Iowa.
You're so rich.
For a cheerleading competition. So, okay.
Go team, go.
B.
Right after Nathan said I like that song after the mariachi song. I think Kaylee right away said, "Well, we'll have to send you to San Antonio with your Uncle Jamie."
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I would kill
Well,
it.
he'll come back. He'll come back speaking Spanish and eating hot sauce, and yeah, we'll
no speaker.
I was doing a lot.
food?
I don't remember why, but I was speaking a little Spanish with Vanessa at Disneyland. I guess because of the Mexico part, and I was just the little bit that I know, but we were I was saying adios a lot, and I kept telling her like adios, like that's what Mirabelle says at the end of whatever that song. That means goodbye, whatever. And I guess I said it enough that today Nathan at school said that to one of his one of his teachers left the room, and he said unprompted, he said adios.
Nice.
So,
dirty Mexicans.
Nice.
Hello, Miss Lady.
Yeah, I can picture him saying that more. So,
hello, Miss Lady.
English is the official language in this country. You better not start.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh boy.
He's gonna get beaten at daycare.
I will say this. I did this on purpose. That whole week I was gone because I needed the break from work. I needed the break from a lot of stuff. I did not other than the alerts, the sports, the athletic alerts I would get on free agency stuff. I unplugged completely from politics and everything. So, and that felt good.
It's good. Yeah.
Which reminds me. So I forgot I even put this as my little tagline there, but breaking news. I watch David Muir every day. Like I record it and I gotta watch just how is there breaking news as we come on tonight every freaking night? Like bro, come on. It can't be that serious. Breaking news as we come on the air tonight. Really? Again? Like, come on. It ain't even breaking news anymore. It's just news. Like why? Every episode he says that. The music is real like serious, and he's breaking news as we come on the air tonight. And you're like, oh, it's the same stuff. Nothing new. It's just it happened in the last 24 hours. So that's part of your show. No need to call it breaking news, bro.
That's news. It's not. Yeah, you can drop the breaking part.
Yeah. We'll see if we'll see you again in 24 hours. So, but anyway, yeah, David Muir.
Oh.
So we given the award, the Quit Acting Stupid award, to Major League Baseball for their dumb hats and not thinking that through. Assholes.
Yeah,
the assholes. I want the Tetas hat though. So if anybody out there has a
find that
link or something, we'll
get Rangers.
Oh man, there was something I saw. I'll have to ask Kaylee tomorrow, and I'll get back to you. But there was something that was really funny where I was like, if I had the money, I would buy one of these for all of you, for all four of us. Like, so we all had whatever it was. I can't remember.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. I have to ask Kaylee because
I thought you had all the money. You said you had money. You knew you were spending it. I would have Venmo'd you. Should have bought it for us.
Maybe. I don't remember what it was. I'll ask her because I can't.
I'm saving up for my Miami trip because I hear they've got great cocaine down there. Bobby,
top notch. We should have a cocaine party.
We should.
Yeah.
Where are you guys staying at?
Okay.
On the beach. On South Beach.
On the beach. All right.
Gosh,
I'll meet
I
you
am
there.
in the presence of wealth with you guys. World travelers.
Yeah. Let's just pray we get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there anything else? I feel like there was something more. I watched a bunch of stuff today that I'm really excited about. Did anybody catch the Righteous Gemstone season premiere?
Not yet. I'm behind on. I'm a week behind on everything. So
good, Jamie. You watched the show though, right?
Yeah, I just haven't seen it or haven't seen the new.
Like, there's something I want to say, but like, I don't want to say anything. Just
don't
just. Just watch it. It's Bobby. Do you watch that show, Righteous Gemstones? I
started, but I got to go back and start over again because I didn't make it through season one. I got to go back and do season one.
I did watch. I started watching a movie called Keeping Up with the Joneses with Zach Galifianakis in it.
I saw that.
I started watching it several years ago, and I got like 5 minutes in, and I just had to stop for whatever reason, and I never went back to finish it. And so, like last week, I was like, I'm gonna finish that.
I have a movie just like that too. I have a movie just like that too. American Fiction. I started watching it, and I realized now I've never finished watching it. I got busy, turned away. You know,
that was a good movie. That was really good.
I really want to see that.
Theater.
I want to go back. Now I got to go start it over from the beginning.
I don't even think I'm almost done with Malcolm X, but I'm like, it's Black History Month. I'm going to try to watch it. And we talked on the podcast about how I haven't seen a lot of the Denzel movies. And I'm like, I'm going to do Malcolm X, like 5 sittings. I'll get like 30 minutes and then I get another 20 minutes. And then I don't even think I'm close to finishing it. That thing's like 9 hours long. Like,
yeah, I've tried Harry Potter, like I think 4 different times. And I think in those 4 different attempts, I'm still only like a little over an hour into it.
Yeah, I don't think I've made it clean through the first Harry Potter.
Now, when you do something like that, do you have to go back and start? Because I feel like I got to start over now at the beginning, or do you just pick up in the middle of the movie?
I pick up in the middle.
I feel like I should start over, but like Macy's just running on to the next one. Let's start the next one. I'm like, all right. At that point, I just gave up. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'll try to pick it up, and I don't, and then I fall asleep earlier as we go deeper into the saga. But yeah. I haven't made it through Harry Potter.
My rule is that if I can watch it either on back-to-back nights or 2 nights from when I originally started the show, then I'll keep going from where I left off. But any further than that, we got to start over.
On this one, I started over just because I was only like 5 to 10 minutes into the movie anyway. So I just from the beginning.
I like the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again, but I know you guys won't talk about that because it's superhero stuff. But Paradise on Hulu or Disney Plus. Bro, I'm halfway through it. It's amazing. There's only 8 episodes. It's great. So
I liked the one with Kate Hudson, Running Point, where she's basically the story of Jeannie Buss,
Yeah.
So I want to start watching that now, especially now that I know, because I know a lot of the comedians that are kind of supporting characters in that. But it's funny how when I saw that on Netflix, I was like, it just made me think of that movie Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg, where she runs up. Is she the coach? Or
I've never seen that movie.
Do you remember that? I've never
Have
seen
you
it.
seen it? Oh yeah, I've never seen it.
But I just remember the poster.
I saw that at the movie.
And this looks like the same poster.
Jamie, you bought a ticket at what movie theater did you see it at?
I don't remember. I just know I saw it at the movie theater.
Blue Ridge East.
I was gonna say it was like Metro North.
Anyway, the Running Point. There's you guys will like it because there's a storyline that involves Mexicans. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I'll try it. I've been wanting to try it out, and I just haven't started it.
You just sold that on it.
And then, have you guys ever seen? Has anybody on this call seen White Lotus?
No, yes. I hear everybody talk about it.
Yeah,
I watched season 1, and then I just Nita and I watched the first episode of season 2, and that's a really good show. I love it.
It is. I just started the 3rd season, but I was kind of preoccupied, and it seems like it started off kind of boring. But I need to focus more on it.
Season 1 was great, and now I started season 2, so that's my new guilty pleasure.
All right, I'll have to check that out. But check out Paradise. Pretty solid
on Hulu.
All right, I've said it before. Hulu or Disney. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. You should all be watching Severance,
bro. I've tried Severance.
I know.
I'm going through. I've watched 3 episodes. I'm listening to the podcast after each episode. I don't know if I'm just a complete moron. I'm like, but I don't know who's who.
Oh, do you have to think?
I'm
I can't think. I can't think while I'm watching TV.
That's all right.
You're not the only one that's told me it's great, but
and you're not the only one I've recommended who just can't.
I'm trucking my way. Weird. I just finished episode 3. I just finished the podcast on episode 3, and now I can start episode 4. But there's so many other things I'd rather watch.
Like Westworld, where like in
that's
season
exactly
3,
what I was gonna.
It's like I don't get it.
I was gonna compare it to Westworld because when I started the first season of Westworld, I'm like, this is an amazing idea. Yeah. This is awesome. And then I'm like, who's that again? What's no?
And well, see, the funny thing about
that's where I'm
at. The funny thing is when I first started Severance, watching those early episodes, it was so long ago now, and I don't even really remember what I was thinking as I was going along because I was watching it on the recommendation of somebody who was like, "Just stick with it." I was like, "Okay, yeah," but I think I was into it right away. But the biggest things about the show that stick with me are towards the end of the first, you got to build all that stuff to then get where it goes. But no big deal. I'm just saying That's my big thing right now. It's yeah. And so Saturday Night Live, we didn't get a chance to talk about the 50th. That's pretty much old news now. But did you happen to see the last one with Lady Gaga this past weekend? That might have been front to back the best episode I've seen in years. Like it must have been batting like 800. Like almost all
good.
of them were.
It was very. I thought the same thing when it was over. It was very good, but they did all new stuff. There weren't any reoccurring characters.
No.
It was all new ideas, and so I dig that. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. A lot of singing,
really
a lot of Bo and Yang singing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really good. I enjoyed it as well. So
that one where they were riding the suitcase, the luggage, because I like stuff like that where they use the space. They use the whole studio.
I really like that too. Yeah. And you could tell somebody just had a writing suitcase probably in the office and they were all goofing around with it and then they made it into something. So it was good. It was good. All right.
All right, guys.
About time to wrap it up. Do we have a clip that we wanted to go with?
Yeah, clip of the week. Here we go.
Screwdriver was an utter disappointment. I was hoping for a headache or pounding temples, a blackout, anything, but I feel fine. Actually, my headache is gone. Thumbs down.
Dave, I'm surprised. I found the screwdriver simply delightful. Fast corners, that third loop was a nice surprise. The line moved fast.
Dave, is he okay?
No, Anna Maria, it appears that he's vomiting. That's a sure sign of a good ride. Thumbs up. Beaker, what did you eat?
Beaker, what did you eat?
Beaker.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to use a summer school clip for a while, and I just thought that would work well with my theme park stories.
Yeah, we talked theme park, so yeah.
That was summer school for those of you that don't know. Yeah,
summer school.
Shout out to the sound designer there because that's one of the best someone throwing up sounds I've heard.
I do that. You know what? In that scene, I always think like that's a solid vomit.
And his feet off the ground.
That's the part I liked was the feet off the ground. I'm like, does that really give you more leverage as the vomit is coming out to lift your legs up off the ground?
I've never vomited and thought I need to get these feet in the air. Ever. Never happened. So.
Oh man.
All right. Well, this may be the last episode for a couple of weeks, I guess, because we're going to be on spring break next week, so at least a couple of us will be missing in action. But hopefully this will hold you over for a couple of weeks. I'm sure we'll come back with stories. So
I hope so.
All right.
I feel like I have a few more that I've forgotten because I was like, oh, when we show the clip, I'm gonna say something else, and I've already forgotten. So we'll get there. We got weeks to build them up.
Yeah. All right. Am I taking us out of here? You guys ready?
Sure thing.
Yeah.
All right. For my brothers, thank you for joining us. For my brothers, Jamie, Rudy, and Andy. Until next time, LeBron James. Quit acting stupid.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?